Welcome back to the channel Valuable Coins HD. Imagine holding a small piece of history in the palm of your hand, a coin that has quietly circulated through the hands of millions, witnessing decades of change, and now cherished by collectors around the world. Today, we are going to explore one of the most iconic and historically significant coins in American numismatics, the 1964 Jefferson nickel. This coin is more than just a piece of metal. It is a symbol of an era, a testament to craftsmanship, and a collectible that continues to fascinate enthusiasts decades after it was first minted. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel, and has since become one of the most enduring designs in U.S. coinage. The 1964 issue is particularly interesting because it sits at a pivotal moment in American history, both culturally and economically. On the obverse, the coin features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. This portrait, created by sculptor Felix Schlag, captures Jefferson with a sense of dignity and determination, reflecting his importance in American history. Around his portrait, the inscriptions declare, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year 1964, framing Jefferson's likeness with clean, classic design elements. Turning the coin over, the reverse features Jefferson's iconic home, Monticello, a symbol of his legacy and architectural vision. Monticello, with its domed roof and symmetrical columns, has become instantly recognizable to collectors and casual admirers alike. The reverse inscriptions include E pluribus unum, United States of America, and the denomination, 5 cents. The combination of Jefferson and Monticello not only reflects the artistry of mid-20th century coinage but also offers a glimpse into the nation's appreciation for its founding fathers and historical landmarks. Mint marks are an essential aspect of any coin's collectible value, and the 1964 Jefferson nickel was minted in two locations, Philadelphia, with no mint mark, and Denver, indicated by a small d. While the Philadelphia coins were produced in the largest quantities, the Denver mint coins are equally significant for collectors. Each mint has subtle differences in strike quality and die characteristics, which can make identifying the mint mark a fascinating part of the collecting process. Understanding mint marks is crucial because they often determine rarity and, ultimately, the market value of a coin. The 1964 Jefferson nickel was struck primarily from a copper-nickel composition, with 75% copper and 25% nickel, making it durable enough to withstand circulation while maintaining a bright, silvery appearance. Some coins, particularly those that were uncirculated or proof versions, retain an incredible luster even decades later, appearing almost as if they had just left the mint. Collectors prize these coins not only for their condition but also for the crispness of their strike and the clarity of Jefferson's portrait and Monticello on the reverse. Condition is paramount when it comes to determining the value of a 1964 Jefferson nickel. Coins are graded using the Sheldon scale, which ranges from 1 to 70, with higher numbers representing coins in near-perfect or perfect condition. Circulated coins, which show signs of wear, generally maintain their face value unless they possess unique characteristics, such as errors or exceptional quality for their year. Uncirculated coins, often graded MS-60 and above, can command significantly higher prices because they are rare survivors of decades of circulation. One of the most intriguing aspects of the 1964 Jefferson nickel is the presence of certain varieties and minting errors. Coins with double dies, off-center strikes, or small die cracks are highly sought after by collectors. These anomalies make each coin unique and provide a glimpse into the minting process of the 1960s. Even minor variations, such as slight differences in the size or shape of letters or numbers, can dramatically influence a coin's desirability and value. Collectors who specialize in error coins often seek out these rare examples for their historical significance and the excitement of owning something truly one-of-a-kind. The 1964 Jefferson nickel also reflects a broader cultural and economic context. The mid-1960s were a period of great change in the United States, marked by social movements, technological advancements, and economic growth. Coins from this era serve as tangible artifacts of history, connecting modern collectors to the world of the 1960s. Holding a 1964 nickel is like holding a tiny time capsule, a reminder of the people, places, and events that shaped American society during that decade. Market trends and collector interest play a major role in determining the value of these coins. Over the years, the 1964 Jefferson nickel has maintained strong appeal because it is both historically significant and widely collected. Collectors often seek to complete sets of Jefferson nickels by year and mint mark, and the 1964 issue is an essential part of any mid-20th century collection. Coins in high grade, especially those certified by reputable grading services like PCGS or NGC, are particularly desirable because they provide assurance of authenticity and condition, which can significantly enhance market value. Another factor contributing to the coin's value is its accessibility. While many circulated 1964 nickels are still common in pocket change, finding uncirculated examples or proof versions is much more challenging. Coins that have been carefully preserved in protective holders since their original minting tend to command premium prices, particularly when sold at auctions or through collectors' markets. This combination of historical significance, artistic design, and collectible rarity makes the 1964 Jefferson nickel a fascinating study for both novice and experienced numismatists. Finally, after examining the coin's history, design, minting, grading, and collector appeal, the question arises: what is the 1964 Jefferson nickel actually worth? While values can vary depending on condition, mint mark, and collector interest, a well-preserved 1964 Jefferson nickel with mint mark has recently achieved an auction price of $45. This reflects the coin's enduring appeal, rarity in high grades, and importance as part of American numismatic history. Owning a 1964 Jefferson nickel is about more than just possessing a coin. It is about connecting with history, appreciating artistry, and participating in a tradition that has captivated collectors for generations. Each coin carries with it a story, from its creation at the mint to its journey through countless hands, and finally to the collector who recognizes its value. The Jefferson nickel, particularly from 1964, is a perfect example of how even the smallest pieces of metal can hold immense significance, beauty, and worth. Next time you encounter a 1964 Jefferson nickel, take a moment to examine the details. Notice the fine lines in Jefferson's portrait, the intricate architecture of Monticello, and the subtle variations that make each coin unique. Whether you are a collector, investor, or history enthusiast, this coin offers a tangible connection to the past, a story waiting to be told, and a reminder of why numismatics continues to inspire curiosity, passion, and discovery across the globe. Today, we will dive deep into the 1971 Jefferson nickel with mint mark, exploring its design, minting process, historical context, collectible value, and everything you need to know to understand why this small coin is so significant. By the end, you will have a clear picture of its worth and why collectors treasure it. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel, and was designed by Felix Schlag. The coin's obverse features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and a pivotal figure in American history. By 1971, this design had become iconic, representing stability and tradition in U.S. coinage. Jefferson's portrait, though slightly modified over the decades, remains recognizable for its dignified depiction, symbolizing the values of leadership, wisdom, and innovation. Surrounding Jefferson, the inscriptions declare, "In God We Trust," liberty, and the coin's year, 1971, which anchors the coin firmly in the early 1970s, a period of social and economic transition in the United States. The reverse design features Jefferson's beloved Monticello, his Virginia estate and architectural masterpiece. Monticello symbolizes Jefferson's legacy as both a statesman and a thinker, and its depiction on the nickel highlights the artistry and craftsmanship that went into U.S. coin designs. The inscriptions on the reverse, including E Pluribus Unum, United States of America, and 5 cents, complete the design, reinforcing the coin's identity and denomination. Collectors often examine the fine details of Monticello, looking at the domed roof, columns, and windows for clarity, sharpness, and strike quality. A well-struck 1971 nickel showcases these features beautifully. Mint marks play a crucial role in a coin's value and collectability. The 1971 Jefferson nickel was minted in Philadelphia, without a mint mark, and in Denver, marked with AD. The Denver Mint coins are particularly interesting to collectors because mint variations, production numbers, and strike quality differ slightly from Philadelphia's output. Understanding and identifying mint marks is essential for any serious collector, as it directly impacts rarity, condition expectations, and market value. Some years and mint marks are more scarce than others, and even minor differences can significantly influence how a coin is valued in the collector's market. In terms of composition, the 1971 Jefferson nickel was produced from the standard copper-nickel alloy, consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This composition gives the coin durability for circulation while maintaining a subtle silvery appearance. Coins that have been carefully preserved, such as uncirculated or proof versions, retain exceptional luster decades later. Collectors highly prize these coins for their aesthetic appeal, sharp details, and historical value. The condition of a coin is one of the most important factors affecting its value. Numismatists use the Sheldon scale, which ranges from 1 to 70, to grade coins. A coin in mint state, graded MS-60 or higher, shows little to no signs of wear and retains its original luster. Circulated coins, while still collectible, generally carry lower market value unless they feature rare errors or unique characteristics. For the 1971 Jefferson nickel, uncirculated and proof examples are highly sought after, particularly those with exceptional eye appeal and fully preserved surfaces. Errors and varieties can make the 1971 Jefferson nickel even more intriguing. Some coins were struck with double dies, off-center designs, or minor die cracks. These anomalies are rare and add a layer of uniqueness to each coin, making them highly desirable to collectors who specialize in mint errors. Even small differences in lettering, numbers, or the shape of Jefferson's portrait can create a significant impact on the coin's market value, attracting the attention of both novice and experienced collectors. Beyond the physical attributes, the 1971 Jefferson nickel represents a specific moment in American history. The early 1970s were a time of social change, economic challenges, and evolving cultural norms. Owning a coin from this period provides a tangible connection to that era, a small artifact that has silently passed through countless hands, witnessing history unfold. Collectors often appreciate the historical context as much as the coin itself, as it adds an intangible value that goes beyond mere metal or face value. Market trends also play a major role in determining the worth of 1971 Jefferson nickels. Collectors aim to complete sets by year and mint mark, and this particular year is a key piece in any mid-20th century collection. Coins in higher grades or certified by reputable grading services such as PCGS or NGC generally fetch higher prices, as certification confirms authenticity and provides assurance regarding condition. Additionally, the numismatic community often relies on auction results to gauge the true market value, as this reflects current collector demand and interest in specific coins. When evaluating a 1971 Jefferson nickel, collectors consider multiple factors simultaneously: mint mark, condition, strike quality, eye appeal, and rarity. A coin that has been carefully preserved, free from scratches, discoloration, or other defects, can command significantly higher interest. Proof versions, which were struck with greater attention to detail and typically in smaller quantities, are particularly prized. Even among circulated coins, finding a specimen with minimal wear and strong detail can be exciting for collectors seeking high-quality examples. Finally, after analyzing the design, minting details, condition, grading, historical context, and collector interest, the big question is, what is the actual market value of the 1971 Jefferson nickel? While values vary based on the factors we've discussed, a well-preserved 1971 Jefferson nickel with mint mark has recently sold at auction for $35. This figure reflects its desirability among collectors, its historical significance, and its preserved condition, illustrating why even coins from seemingly ordinary years can hold remarkable value. Owning a 1971 Jefferson nickel is more than holding a small piece of metal. It is about holding history, artistry, and a connection to a bygone era. Each coin tells a story, from its creation at the mint to its circulation in everyday life, and finally to the hands of a collector who appreciates its significance. Whether admired for its design, preserved as part of a collection, or studied for its historical context, the 1971 Jefferson nickel exemplifies why coin collecting continues to captivate enthusiasts worldwide. Next time you come across a 1971 Jefferson nickel, take a closer look. Examine the intricate details of Jefferson's portrait, the architectural elegance of Monticello, and the subtle variations that make each coin unique. Whether you are a collector, an investor, or simply curious, this coin provides a tangible link to history and demonstrates why numismatics remains a hobby that combines passion, education, and discovery. Today, we are taking a deep dive into the 1972 Jefferson nickel with mint mark, a coin that may appear ordinary at first glance but holds a fascinating story, remarkable history, and collectible value that continues to attract numismatists decades after it was minted. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel, and was designed by Felix Schlag. Its obverse features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and principal author of the Declaration of Independence. By 1972, this portrait had become iconic, symbolizing stability, leadership, and the rich history of the United States. The obverse inscriptions read, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the year 1972, framing Jefferson's dignified profile in a design that has been admired for generations. The 1972 Jefferson nickel, while appearing simple, captures the elegance and craftsmanship of mid-20th century coinage. Turning the coin over, the reverse features Jefferson's beloved Monticello, his Virginia estate. Monticello is more than just a building, it is a symbol of Jefferson's legacy as a statesman, architect, and thinker. The design showcases the dome, columns, and symmetrical windows of Monticello in remarkable detail, creating a miniature work of art on a 5-cent coin. The reverse inscriptions include E pluribus unum, United States of America, and 5 cents, completing the design and emphasizing the coin's identity and denomination. Collectors often examine Monticello carefully, as sharpness, strike quality, and surface preservation can make a significant difference in the coin's value. Mint marks are a crucial element in determining a coin's rarity and collectible value. The 1972 Jefferson nickel was produced in 2 locations, Philadelphia, with no mint mark, and Denver, indicated by AD. While Philadelphia coins were produced in larger quantities, Denver minted coins are particularly interesting to collectors due to subtle differences in die characteristics, strike quality, and rarity. Understanding the mint mark is essential because it directly influences the desirability and value of the coin. Collectors often search specifically for one mint mark over another when building complete collections, and even small variations in production can create a noticeable difference in market interest. The 1972 Jefferson nickel was struck from the standard copper-nickel alloy, consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This combination provides durability for circulation while maintaining a silvery appearance that appeals to collectors. Over time, well-preserved coins retain their luster, and uncirculated examples can appear almost new decades later. Coins that exhibit full original luster and sharp strikes, with minimal wear or handling marks, are particularly sought after in the numismatic community. Condition is paramount when assessing the value of a 1972 Jefferson nickel. Coins are graded using the Sheldon scale, which ranges from 1 to 70. Higher grades indicate coins in superior condition, with MS 60 and above considered uncirculated. Circulated coins, while still collectible, typically maintain their face value unless they feature unique characteristics, minting errors, or exceptional preservation. Numismatists and collectors carefully study coins for luster, strike clarity, surface preservation, and eye appeal, as these factors can greatly influence market value. The 1972 Jefferson nickel also offers the potential for rare errors and varieties, which can make certain coins highly collectible. Examples include double dies, off-center strikes, or minor die cracks. These anomalies are fascinating to collectors because they provide a glimpse into the minting process and result in coins that are truly unique. Even small variations, such as differences in lettering, numbers, or Jefferson's profile, can significantly affect the desirability and market price of a coin. Enthusiasts who specialize in mint errors often seek out these rare examples for their historical and numismatic significance. beyond its physical attributes, the 1972 Jefferson nickel reflects the historical and cultural context of its time. The early 1970s were a period of social change, economic transition, and political events that shaped modern America. Coins from this era, including the 1972 nickel, serve as tangible reminders of the past, connecting modern collectors with the everyday life of that time. Holding a coin from 1972 is like holding a miniature piece of history, an artifact that silently witnessed decades of American life, commerce, and cultural evolution. Market trends and collector interest are critical factors in determining the value of 1972 Jefferson nickels. Collectors often aim to complete year and mint mark sets, and the 1972 nickel is an essential piece in mid-20th century collections. High-grade coins certified by professional grading services such as PCGS or NGC tend to command higher prices due to the assurance of authenticity and condition. Auction results provide a reliable measure of the coin's true market value, reflecting the current demand among collectors and investors alike. When evaluating a 1972 Jefferson nickel, collectors consider mint mark, condition, strike quality, eye appeal, and rarity simultaneously. A well-preserved coin, free of scratches, discoloration, or handling marks, will be more desirable than one showing signs of circulation. Proof coins, struck with exceptional detail and produced in smaller quantities, are especially prized. Even among circulated coins, those with strong detail and minimal wear are highly sought after, as they allow collectors to appreciate the design and craftsmanship. Finally, after considering the design, mint mark, condition, grading, historical context, and market interest, the question arises: what is the value of a 1972 Jefferson nickel? While the value can vary depending on these factors, a well-preserved 1972 Jefferson nickel with mint mark has recently sold at auction for $35. This auction price demonstrates the coin's enduring appeal among collectors and its significance as part of American numismatic history. Owning a 1972 Jefferson nickel is more than just possessing a coin, it is about holding a piece of history, art, and culture in your hand. Each coin has a story, from its creation at the mint to its circulation through countless hands and eventually into the collection of a discerning numismatist. Whether admired for its design, preserved as part of a collection, or studied for historical context, the 1972 Jefferson nickel exemplifies why coin collecting continues to inspire curiosity, passion, and discovery worldwide. Next time you encounter a 1972 Jefferson nickel, take a moment to examine its details. Observe Jefferson's dignified portrait, the architectural elegance of Monticello, and the subtle variations that make each coin unique. Whether you are a collector, investor, or history enthusiast, this coin provides a tangible connection to the past, a story waiting to be appreciated, and a reminder of why numismatics remains a captivating and enduring hobby. Today, we are going to take an in-depth journey into the 1973 Jefferson nickel with mint mark, a coin that may appear ordinary at first glance, yet it carries a fascinating history, intricate design, and collectible value that has made it a sought-after piece in the world of numismatics. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel, and was designed by Felix Schlag. Its obverse features the profile of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. By 1973, Jefferson's portrait had become an iconic symbol of stability, leadership, and the rich history of the nation. Surrounding the portrait are the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year 1973, framing Jefferson in a design admired by collectors for its elegance and historical significance. This profile, although simple in design, embodies the dignity and foresight of one of America's founding fathers. Turning to the reverse, the coin features Jefferson's beloved home, Monticello. This architectural masterpiece is not only a symbol of Jefferson's legacy but also an artistic representation of his accomplishments as a thinker, innovator, and statesman. Monticello's domed roof, symmetrical windows, and stately columns are rendered with remarkable detail on this 5-cent coin. The reverse inscriptions include E Pluribus Unum, United States of America, and 5 cents. Collectors often focus on the sharpness of Monticello's design, examining every line, window, and architectural detail to assess the coin's quality and strike. The clarity of these features is a critical factor in determining the collectible value of the coin. Mint marks are essential when it comes to assessing rarity and desirability. The 1973 Jefferson nickel was minted in Philadelphia, with no mint mark, and in Denver, indicated by AD. While Philadelphia coins were struck in larger quantities, Denver minted coins often attract special attention from collectors. Subtle differences in die characteristics, strike quality, and production numbers between the two mints make identifying the mint mark a key part of coin collecting. Even minor variations can influence both collector interest and market value, particularly for coins from years where higher-grade examples are less common. The 1973 Jefferson nickel was made from the standard copper-nickel alloy, consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This composition ensures durability for circulation while maintaining a pleasing silvery appearance. Coins that have been well preserved, especially uncirculated or proof versions, often retain a bright luster decades after being struck. Luster, combined with strike quality and surface preservation, is a primary consideration for collectors when determining value. Condition is one of the most important factors in valuing the 1973 Jefferson nickel. Numismatists use the Sheldon scale, ranging from 1 to 70, to grade coins. High-grade coins, particularly those graded MS-60 and above, show minimal to no wear and retain their original luster. Circulated coins, although common, still have collectible value if they exhibit sharp detail or feature unique characteristics. Coins with scratches, discoloration, or surface damage are generally less desirable. However, even among circulated examples, collectors often seek coins with strong details in Jefferson's portrait and Monticello on the reverse. Errors and varieties add another layer of intrigue to the 1973 Jefferson nickel. Some coins were struck with double dies, minor die cracks, or off-center designs, creating rare variations that are highly prized by collectors. These errors represent unique moments in the minting process and can dramatically increase a coin's value. Even subtle differences, such as slight variations in the lettering, the shape of Jefferson's profile, or the details of Monticello, can be enough to make a coin more desirable in the collector's market. Beyond its design and minting, the 1973 Jefferson nickel reflects the cultural and historical context of the early 1970s. This was a period of social change, political events, and economic fluctuations in the United States. Coins from this era, including the 1973 nickel, act as tangible links to the past, connecting collectors with everyday life during that time. Holding a coin from 1973 allows one to touch history, imagining the hands it passed through and the stories it silently witnessed. Market demand plays a significant role in determining the value of 1973 Jefferson nickels. Collectors often aim to complete sets by year and mint mark, making coins from this period essential for mid-20th century collections. Coins certified by professional grading services, such as PCGS or NGC, generally command higher prices because certification confirms authenticity and provides an independent assessment of condition. Auction results provide valuable insight into current market trends, reflecting both collector enthusiasm and investment potential. When evaluating a 1973 Jefferson nickel, collectors consider multiple factors simultaneously: mint mark, condition, strike quality, eye appeal, and rarity. A well-preserved coin, free of scratches or discoloration, is always more desirable. Proof coins, struck with exceptional care and often produced in limited quantities, are particularly sought after. Even among circulated coins, those with clear details and minimal wear can be exciting finds for collectors aiming to complete a high-quality collection. After examining the design, mint mark, condition, grading, historical significance, and collector interest, the ultimate question remains: what is the current market value of a 1973 Jefferson nickel? While prices vary depending on condition and mint mark, a well-preserved 1973 Jefferson nickel with mint mark has recently sold at auction for $35. This auction price reflects both the historical importance of the coin and its appeal to collectors in today's numismatic market. Owning a 1973 Jefferson nickel is more than simply holding a piece of metal. It is about possessing a tangible connection to history, artistry, and American culture. Each coin tells a story, from its creation at the mint, to its circulation through countless hands, and ultimately to the collection of a dedicated numismatist. Whether appreciated for its design, preserved as part of a collection, or studied for its historical context, the 1973 Jefferson nickel exemplifies why coin collecting continues to captivate enthusiasts around the world. Next time you encounter a 1973 Jefferson nickel, take a moment to observe its details. Look closely at Jefferson's portrait, the architectural elegance of Monticello, and the subtle variations that make each coin unique. Whether you are a collector, an investor, or a history enthusiast, this coin provides a small but meaningful window into the past, demonstrating why numismatics remains a fascinating hobby filled with discovery, passion, and appreciation for history. Today, we are going to explore in depth the 1975 Jefferson nickel with mint mark, a coin that may appear ordinary to the casual observer, but for collectors, it holds historical significance, fascinating design features, and collectible value that has stood the test of time. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel, with a design created by Felix Schlag. Its obverse features the profile of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. By 1975, Jefferson's profile had become instantly recognizable, symbolizing leadership, intellect, and the enduring legacy of one of America's founding fathers. The inscriptions, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the year 1975 surround Jefferson's portrait, framing it in a design that has been admired by collectors for its elegance, simplicity, and historical significance. Every detail in Jefferson's hair, facial features, and clothing contributes to the coin's overall aesthetic and collectible appeal. The reverse of the 1975 Jefferson nickel features Jefferson's famous home, Monticello, an architectural masterpiece that reflects his vision as a statesman, thinker, and designer. Monticello's iconic dome, symmetrical columns, and intricate windows are beautifully captured on the coin's small canvas. The inscriptions include E pluribus unum, United States of America, and 5 cents, emphasizing the coin's value and national identity. Collectors pay close attention to the clarity of Monticello's design, as well-struck and sharp coins tend to be more desirable, while poorly struck or worn coins may be less valuable. Mint marks are a critical factor in assessing the rarity and value of a 1975 Jefferson nickel. That year, nickels were minted in Philadelphia, with no mint mark, and in Denver, denoted by a small d. While Philadelphia produced a larger quantity, Denver minted coins have subtle differences in die characteristics and strike quality that can affect collector interest. Understanding mint marks is essential because even a minor variation can impact rarity, demand, and ultimately the market value of the coin. Collectors often hunt for specific mint-marked coins to complete a full set, and the 1975 issue is no exception. The 1975 Jefferson nickel was composed of the standard copper-nickel alloy, containing 75% copper and 25% nickel. This composition ensures the coin's durability for circulation while maintaining a silvery appearance that remains appealing even decades later. Coins that have been carefully preserved, particularly uncirculated or proof versions, retain their original luster and sharp detail. Collectors prize these coins because they offer a glimpse into the quality of minting from that era, showcasing both artistry and historical craftsmanship. Condition plays a significant role in the value of a 1975 Jefferson nickel. Coins are graded on the Sheldon scale, which ranges from 1 to 70. High-grade coins, typically MS60 and above, exhibit minimal wear and maintain their original luster, while circulated coins show varying degrees of wear depending on how long they were in circulation. Even minor imperfections, such as scratches or slight discoloration, can impact the coin's market value. Coins that display exceptional eye appeal, with clear details on Jefferson and Monticello, are highly sought after in the collector's market. One of the most exciting aspects of collecting 1975 Jefferson nickels is the possibility of finding mint errors and unique varieties. Coins from this year sometimes feature minor die cracks, double dies, or off-center strikes, which can make them extremely desirable to collectors. These anomalies represent fascinating quirks in the minting process and result in coins that are truly one of a kind. Even subtle variations, such as differences in lettering, the spacing of numbers, or slight changes in Jefferson's profile, can significantly increase a coin's desirability and market value. The historical and cultural context of the 1975 Jefferson nickel also adds to its significance. The mid-1970s were a period of social change, political evolution, and economic fluctuation in the United States. Coins from this era, including the 1975 nickel, act as tangible connections to the past, bridging modern collectors with the everyday life, commerce, and culture of the time. Holding a coin from 1975 is like holding a small piece of history in your hand, a silent witness to decades of American life and events. Market trends and collector interest heavily influence the value of 1975 Jefferson nickels. Many collectors aim to complete Jefferson nickel sets by year and mint mark, and the 1975 issue is a key component in mid-20th century collections. Coins certified by professional grading services, such as PCGS or NGC, typically command higher prices because certification provides verified authenticity and an expert assessment of the coin's condition. Auction results serve as an important barometer of market value, reflecting both demand among collectors and the overall popularity of the coin. When evaluating a 1975 Jefferson nickel, collectors consider multiple factors at once: mint mark, condition, strike quality, eye appeal, and rarity. A coin that has been well preserved, free from scratches, discoloration, or handling marks, is far more desirable than one showing signs of circulation. Proof coins, which were struck with exceptional care and in limited quantities, are particularly sought after. Even circulated coins with strong details in Jefferson's portrait and Monticello can be exciting finds, offering collectors the opportunity to acquire a piece of history with exceptional appeal. After examining the design, mint mark, condition, grading, historical context, and collector interest, the ultimate question is, what is the actual value of a 1975 Jefferson nickel? While the value depends on several factors, a well-preserved 1975 Jefferson nickel with mint mark has recently sold at auction for $35. This reflects the coin's enduring appeal, historical significance, and demand among collectors in the numismatic community. Owning a 1975 Jefferson nickel is about more than possessing a small piece of metal. It is about holding history, artistry, and culture in your hand. Each coin has its own story, from its creation at the mint, to its journey through countless hands, and eventually to a collector who recognizes its value. Whether admired for its design, preserved as part of a collection, or studied for its historical context, the 1975 Jefferson nickel exemplifies why coin collecting continues to inspire curiosity, passion, and discovery worldwide. The next time you come across a 1975 Jefferson nickel, take a closer look. Examine Jefferson's portrait, appreciate the architectural elegance of Monticello, and notice the subtle differences that make each coin unique. Whether you are a collector, investor, or history enthusiast, this coin provides a small but meaningful link to the past, demonstrating why numismatics remains an endlessly fascinating hobby full of history, art, and discovery.